a scion of many worlds. How do you keep doing this? Grand Midwife Lady Asher demands, and Jasper shrugs. No, really. How is it that every time I hear about you, it's either something that completely confuses me, utterly astounds me, or both? It's a gift, although speaking of gifts, he says as she stares at him. The communicator is in both audio and video broadcast mode and is showing him her as much as it's showing her to him. It was projecting the woman's torso and crossed arms to him, which told him that her own communicator was either on a nearby table or her tail. It could go either way and really didn't matter. You don't need to repeat your request, Asher says, glaring at him. What's your angle? My angle? He asks. Don't play stupid. What does this all do to benefit you? She asks. Surely you know that my people are coming, right? That they are at most days away now, and yes, we're in contact with them ourselves. The shuttle you gifted us has a built-in communicator with a powerful range compared to handheld ones. We began picking up the signals from the ships 2 days ago. Really? And how are the negotiations going? My organization, the cause I have dedicated my entire life to, the cause I have made more enemies over than anyone can casually count, is capitulating. I have given everything for this order and we're just... Lady Asher makes a strangling gesture in her fury. What kind of deal did you make? Jasper asks in a wary tone. We're legally a subsidiary organization to the Undaunted. We have been around longer, done more good, and worked greater wonders with less, Asher says in a bitter and harsh tone. So you're angry at me because I'm bringing rescue and you're not getting the recognition you think you deserve. Jasper says slowly. The training he and Horace got in diplomatic affairs was very bare bones and emphasized being very, very reliable and only doing something underhanded if you were absolutely sure it was not only something you could do, and if you could survive being caught in the act. Without us, there wouldn't be a people on Lacron, Lady Asher hisses, literally. I'm aware, Jasper says in a neutral tone. Of course there would be more horseshit and shenanigans at the last second. There would be no one to rescue without our efforts. I know, he says, putting aside that the immortal Empress was so named for a reason. Do you have any idea how degrading it is to explain the structure of something you've dedicated your life to and have them misunderstand it so thoroughly? She demands. And Jasper recalls the many, many lectures he had to give to explain how he's going to be running his little branch of the Undaunted. I wouldn't call it degrading. Frustrating? Yes. Degrading? No. Jasper replies. What point and purpose is there to you using the shuttle you helped us recover? Lady Asher asks. I'm hunting the Broken Soul, a pirate ship that is proving increasingly dark and dangerous the more I learn of it. I believe one of their primary ports of call is in the Slaver Empire. I want to apply political pressure to the Slaver Empire to disavow them and essentially smoke them out of their lair, or at the very least, make the crew panic so they're easier to find. And to do this, you're also going to beg a favor from the divine ancestress, my great-great-grandmother, Lady Asher asks. Yes, Jasper replies, and the woman shakes her head in a combination of wonder and shock. Do you have any idea how big the repercussions something like this will be? Well, it will be the equivalent to an open-hand slap in the face to pretty much the entire Slaver Empire, cause a massive panic when they realize that their actions are drawing the close attention of one of the oldest and mightiest powers upon the world and my own up-and-coming self, and neither party is pleased with their methods of operation. Furthermore, if the Broken Soul pirates are in fact privateers operating under their state, this would make one of their assets into an outright danger, as even without war, the ongoing threat that your organization holds over them will make the pirates extremely unpopular. Oh, could you quietly withdraw the matriarchs from that area as well? That would really send a message to, you do not get to dictate terms to us. We are allied, not in service to you, Lady Asher snaps. All right, fair enough, Jasper says, holding up a claw to signal surrender and for her to stop. If you're not willing to loan out the shuttle for fear of political ramifications, then that's that. Thank you for your time and have a good day, madam. He ends the call and tucks the communicator away. All right, girls, change of plans. We're going to get systematic about this and start making some friends. What are you considering? Lady Allure asks after a few moments. He had been abrupt in ending his conversation with one of her order's matriarchs, but he had been polite and had taken his refusal well. She wasn't completely sure how to feel about it. First off, even with these hidden coves, there's no way in hell the Broken Soul has its main port of call or even a major one on this continent. However, there are numerous islands and all routes go straight through tribal Yorgwa territory. I have no doubt in my mind that those women would be glad to be rid of a belligerent pirate ship. So we're going to go from village to village and speak with the elders. We're going to use our manners and ask them about the ship while being honest in our intentions. If my assumptions are correct, then they should give up the knowledge freely as a threat to them and their people gets taken care of without any risk to their own clanswomen. A win-win scenario. And if that doesn't work, Banshee asks, 6 of us can race along and underwater with ease. 3 can fly. 1 can see at incredible distance, another here at equal ranges, and the last, but not least, can detect oddities in ground formations by just being on the same chunk of stone. With all that, we just need to go from island to island, and we will find them sooner or later. Political pressure is currently out. If the locals don't want to help, we can still find them the old-fashioned way of getting out and looking. This has become personal for you, Lady Clarity notes, and Jasper sighs before running a claw over his head and antenna. Yes, they're using Axiom in a very unusual way to cause immense torment for little cause or purpose I can divine. That not only disgusts me, it offends me. It's one thing to do vile things for a purpose. If the purpose is good enough, it could even be laudable or outright heroic. But to do so without a seeming purpose, that just makes it worse. Really? Banshee asks, sounding uncertain. You can even justify torture if you must, but there is no justification here I can find. What are they gaining for all this? Perhaps they simply enjoy causing pain and suffering. Some people are just evil, Banshee says bitterly. If that is the case, then the sooner they're dead and gone the better. Jasper replies firmly and Banshee just nods. Any other questions? How are we doing this? Magrika asks. We Winged 3 are the fastest by far, and that's followed by the Watery 6 here. But we have 3 women who aren't good on the water and can't fly. We carry them, or the Watery can help them. We could even take turns. Big distances they can be carried and short range towed across the water from island to island. Does that work? Works, unless someone's afraid of heights. Magrika notes, and Terry is pointedly not looking at them. Great. Terry, would you most comfortable with me carrying you? Jasper asks, and she nods. Paladin Allure, would you help me from here to the Yorgwa archipelagos? Lady Clarity asks. Of course. I would also like to speak with you some, so that would be of use. All right. So that leaves you and me then, Banshee. You ready? Magrika asks the Fosa. If it brings me closer to shattering the Broken Soul, then I'm all for it, Banshee says. All right, you 6, he says, fully facing the water girls. You have communicators and they've got maps on them. Give me a moment and you'll have a GPS lock on us so that even if we get separated, we can find each other. These toys are rated to work underwater, so don't worry about them getting wet. But don't go out of your way to drop them in the ocean or anything goofy like that. Any questions? We've been picking up snatches of something else on the communicators. Mostly static, but there are whispers. The hell is going on? Lena asks. It's like I said when speaking to Lady Asher. The relief force is getting closer, so the signals from them are getting stronger and stronger. They're talking to each other and organizing things even now. That's what you're hearing. The reason the Grand Midwives and my own communicator are doing better is that they have a powerful one in the shuttle, and my own is tuned into the right frequencies, listening in the right direction basically. In a few days, you'll be able to outright speak with them without the main radio. They're just about here. Any other questions? Why haven't we gone already? I want to see if I can nail a pirate to a wall with a bullet, Jane exclaims, and Jasper blinks. Bullets don't work like... The expression on her face cracks and she snickers at him. Ah, okay then. You're fucking with me. Any other actual questions or jokes? What are the odds that something weird is going to happen soon? Aqua asks. Guaranteed. We're already elbow deep in weird. It takes little to no effort to add to it. Oh, what's the weird going to be? The big hidden lair is in some giant stone skull? Maybe we walk up and find that there's a ritual that requires a midwife to sew life in, but she's sick, so they need to tag in big and fuzzy here? Oh, I know. The tribes are about to go to war against the pirates. They take offense at us showing up to help and force us to enter a combat tournament to earn the right to hunt the foe, Ariel asks, and there's some laughter. I'm not sure which one of those options is the worst. Giant Skull hints that a lot of people are either blind or stupid and they have a fortified position. Midwife madness means that I'm going to have to deal with more kids in the future and the tournament is just ridiculous on all sides, Jasper notes with a slightly grumpy tone. He then sighs and runs a claw down his face in exasperation. Which means we'll be getting all three. Saddle up, girls. We're in for a ride. The fact that he got everyone chuckling and startled a laugh out of Banshee means that he did good. Morale is high despite setbacks. He really needs some extra training on command. He's been doing fine so far, but it's only a matter of time until he has a serious fuck-up. He needs to know if there's standard procedure for recovering from a massive bureaucratic or command snafu. His communicator starts going off and he checks the ID. It's the one he gave the Grand Midwives. He activates it and Lady Ashen is revealed by the hologram. Now he knows for certain the device is on her tail as the hologram starts at her tail and shows almost all of her serpentine body. He did not know that she had several distinct scars on it. He does now. Lady Ashen, how may I help you? After some deliberation, I and my colleagues have come up with a counter-plan, Lady Ashen states, and Jasper nods. I await with bated breath. We acknowledge the threat of the broken soul. Lady Allure was not the first nor last of our paladins to have a terrible encounter with them. We also have deliberated, and it makes the most sense that the Slaver Empire is funding them, or at least giving them safe port. The ramifications of moving openly, especially on the scale you proposed, is dangerous, but the benefits are there to be had. So we're going to quietly move out our midwives, and when they are safe, we will inform the Empire that until such time as the broken soul is captured, we will be considering them at war with surrounding powers. This minimizes risk to our people and still has the same pressure as your big, bombastic movement, but with less chance of innocent people being caught in the crossfire. Understand? Understood, ma'am. Thank you for your cooperation. We'll try to find them from our end, but avoid the Empire until you give the go-ahead. One final thing, Lady Ashen says, and Jasper nods. You never said what your angle was. My people are coming to help this world. The more work is done now, the less there is to be done later. And you get to boast to your fellows about accomplishing so much. And I get bragging rights, yes. He concedes the point and she huffs before ending the call herself. I think she's starting to like you, Lady Allure notes. Really? So I don't have to worry about assassins all that much? It's just good policy to worry about assassins.